everybody. It's me by myself right now, but I'm going to introduce our guest for today, who is returning finally. You may have known him from such tweets as "You're a fully grown toddler." That was accusatory. Or the other one, "The roadhead was so damn good that I forgot I was driving and drove off a bridge. Now we're both going to die. That's what you get for putting it all in that work on the other dude's whore." Here it is.
I'm freshly single as of this morning.
Fucking John, what's happening? Finally, Cole Clayton has come back to Generation Dan. I heard Atlas is finishing up his quick 5-mile jog. Number one, he does not jog. He is slow and he's got tits. So what he does do is he walks slowly in the California sun, which does the same job. However, he is on his way.
So Atlas, how do you get fat in California with all that granola?
Guy, listen, I don't know. I would assume from all the diarrhea, because let's be honest, nobody's got a tight butthole in California. There's not one.
It's all the anal sex, right?
Dino, check Messenger. I'm checking Messenger. What am I? Oh, God. That's so
What is he saying?
Right. I gotta hold on. Give me a second, Joey. I gotta fucking deal with this shit. Anyways, what's up, Cole? How you been?
I've been doing all right, like... Shit's good. Shit's shitty,
Shit is, well, that is science. That's, what are you going to do? Shit is shitty.
I feel like you and Atlas always felt that one day I was going to run out of stories, but it still hasn't happened yet. Shit still just doesn't go great for me because, since I've been on the show, my brother went to prison. I think my mom is dying. I had a girlfriend, kind of, but she told me she didn't want to be my girlfriend. But then when I tried to say, hey, okay, well, I'm going to go fuck other girls, she was like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, leave me alone. Stop raping me.
That's well, yeah, that is how that happens. Hey, what's up, Michael Bryan? Thank you for watching. Atlas jogging is like watching a log run. That seems accurate because he's quite tall. I'm loading that up right now as we speak, Joey, because I'll be honest with you, I had to clear out half of our stuff because what we're talking about is how Cole pretty much lost his mind this week posting stuff with regards to Ocean Gate, which were all hilarious, but also, goddamn. I
felt totally lucid the entire time. I don't know what you're talking about. Lost my mind.
It's, well, hey.
It's all shit that I've always said. It was just the perfect opportunity to unload it all.
I don't disagree with you there, and let's be honest, is the opportunity for a good meme is a good meme. What are you going to do? That's why I like sending out the one that just says super duper duper gay, because I think it's appropriate for sometimes. So this is, let's see, every meme was hilarious, every single one. So this is a video that Joey has sent me, which is his assumption of how Atlas acts when he freaks out.
Calm down, diddly 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 diddly. They did their best, shoddily diddly diddly diddly. Gotta be nice, hostility diddly diddly diddly. Ah, hell, diddly ding dong, pa! Can't you morons do anything right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's I can't say that's inaccurate.
It's gonna be Atlas in there in a couple years.
All right, he's got the hair. He just needs he needs to get rid of the beard and just keep the mustache.
I think a mustache he would pull off, like a nice red porn stash, dude. Like it would look good on him. I think he would his girl would like that,
I think so. Well, that's the thing is, so now with all of his free time, he's been trying to be active, and also too, he's trying to get to wedding weight, right? So he looks pretty for the wedding. And I'm like, listen, you should start wearing sundresses because that's what people like in California. But let's start. Okay, number one on the list. This might be backwards, but still was. So does the iceberg get the points for this one? Since without it, there'd be no submersible trip, or is that more of an assist? I feel like it's an assist, like an assist, but you get half credit. I feel that's reasonable. I'm vetoing the Atlas mustache. Let's be honest, though. If Atlas did a mustache, it would be like one of those fucking weird ones.
Yeah, he would twirl it
up and he'd tour the country to show people his mustache. That's definitely what would happen.
So I did the math on this Titanic situation.
Yeah.
1,517 people died on the Titanic, right, when it initially crashed.
Right.
And then you had 5 more people who were dumb enough to be like, we can go in the deep part of the ocean even though nobody's ever done it before in like what, like a plastic pill capsule? Like
Guy,
shit just blew up.
It was bolted closed from the outside. You're like, listen, okay, number one, don't do that.
But you
Like-
you couldn't pay me $250K to get inside of something that can't be open for. Fuck you, dude.
Let's not be ridiculous. You'd be like, yeah, I'll do it. Let's fucking go. It's no problem.
No. I fell in the pool when I was 4, and I don't do water, bro. Like,
Yeah, water is getting scarier the more like you think about it, and you're like, and then you see people post that shit where they're like, do you know that NASA used to explore underwater, and then they stopped and were like, nope, go in the other direction. You're like,
we'd rather go to space
yeah,
that has infinite like
nothing,
area
nothing,
than
and no
fuck with the
survival.
water. Like,
That's right, and you're like, that's a weird kind of opposite of we were here. And you were like, hey, let's check this shit out. And you're like, no, we need to get the fuck out of here. And you're
we
going,
can get off the planet, bro.
yeah, not even like not in the water. No, we need to fucking leave this place. And you're like, I feel like that's not fair. Don't do that to the poor woman right before her wedding, making your husband look like a gardener. Now, the Roly Fingers or the Sam Elliott? No, it'd be Roly Fingers. The whole, definitely, yeah.
She's a chick who's into Atlas, so she probably likes mustaches.
She knows about his card game and that kind of stuff. And
that's
when
what
I say
I'm
card
saying.
game, it's not poker. It's not poker. It's Vanguard. And which, like, hey, I don't know what that means. I know it's a word, but it's not in the same context. So if Atlas did a mustache, he'd be at a truck stop. Jesus Christ. I'm not sure what he'd be doing there. Call. Math. He dropped out something. All right.
Is that supposed to be Cole did, man?
Yeah, it was. Shit, sorry, bro. That was supposed to be in confidence. Probably hitting on teenage girls.
I didn't go to 7th grade. I started school in 9th grade, okay?
Watch that Mars movie with Matt Damon and Sandra Bullock. You won't want to travel. That's 2 different movies. One is Gravity and one is Thing, but also both terrifying. I definitely agree. I feel like if Atlas just had a mustache, people would immediately be like, "Oh, you look proper for California with all the other pedos." Like, definitely, that's because he would immediately be, no, that wouldn't go over well. But let me text message Atlas. We are waiting on Atlas. Atlas is on the subway, I guess. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but he's
they have a subway in California.
Right, which is totally anomalous. You're like, what? You guys have, good weather. Just walk it. But apparently that's crazy.
I mean, it's it's a big state.
Yeah, it is. But realistically, it's also got more people than Canada. So, what does it matter?
Well, why would anybody live in Canada? Like, that's the thing. Like, it's super cold there. And they're like, we'll give you health care. It's like, yeah, so I don't freeze to death.
Pretty much, yeah. That's the deal. Is you're gonna get like, see, up until like 10 years ago, it was good running. Atlas thanks us for carrying the brunt of the duty of this show, which, let's be honest, that's not changed. Cole looks like the youngest guy at the old man bitter divorce club. Yeah, definitely. Which
that's exactly what the fuck I am.
We are both divorced, so that's pretty, But I got
never married.
That's much worse. It's much worse. You got like a free pass into the club. I'm like, I had to earn it. I had to pay her a lot. I just did a jeans commercial, and I feel dirty thinking about Atlas wearing them. That seems reasonable. I feel like I've lost enough weight, Cole, that I'm right now like on the cusp that I think I could wear jeans. Like, I'm minimizing chub rub. Like, it's not really like it's there, but there's no fire. So I'm like, I feel like I get jeans, but I think I still would get stretchy jeans. I'm not
KY jelly.
I'm not a pervert, okay?
No, just rub it on your thighs. Just rub it right on your thighs.
Absolutely not. California is the size of Iraq. Well, I feel like they have better weather. I don't know.
Is it not the same? They're both deserts.
Yeah, but they got all that Silicon Valley money. It's 43.5 million.
43.5 million people live in Iraq. Do they know they don't have to live in Iraq? They can just move.
That's a good point. But also, like California is starting to drop in population though, because people are like,
A
fuck
lot
this
of people
place.
are leaving. A lot of people are leaving.
Well, then they're going to Austin, and you're like, oh, Austin's gonna be fucked now. So
I mean, it was already fucked. Austin is like the little like blue dot in the center of like, I don't know, like the Wild West.
yeah.
So
Well, that's the thing. Like, the more and more I learn about the United States, like every state kind of should be a country.
it's
Like
its own country, really,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
And
It's
it kind of
weird.
really they follow their own rules and shit like that. So
Cole is the Burlington Tim Pool. That seems accurate.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Well, Burlington is a place. We have way better weather, and also it doesn't have Austin tornadoes. I feel like tornadoes in California.
There are
would
no
be more
tornadoes
of a-
in Austin.
No, but just hear me out. If there were tornadoes in California, that would be more of a problem solver, because you just like carry people away into the water, just gone, right? I feel like that would work. Dino drinking his $8 bottle of Canadian water. It's actually Italian, so that makes it much worse.
I'm drinking sparkling water too.
See, but he's drinking his for Pride Month. I'm trying to be healthy. It's different. It's
I guess I deserve that one.
come on, man. Just drink a whiskey, just a little. Just fill the can with whiskey and be like, I'm that gangster. I'm like,
I did that during my entire baby mom's pregnancy, and I don't remember the entire thing. So I just remember she told me she was pregnant, and then she had the baby. That was it. I don't remember nothing in between.
Like, realistically, I feel like Cole, you would shine in like the 1950s, and you would have been like, I've said the same, where I'm like, listen, if I was born, say 500 years ago, I would have been top tier. Like, I would have been like King's Guard kind of shit, and just like, some sort of Axeman. That's fair. But you definitely top tier 1950s. Like, as long as you don't beat her up. Like,
the irony of that is she says all the time, still to this day, she's like, the only time we didn't fight was when I was pregnant. And I was like, that's funny.
Fucking savage. Cole only dates bisexual girls in the month of June because of Pride Month. That seems fair. That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
There are definitely tornadoes in Austin. It's right in the middle of Tornado Alley. That wasn't just a fun name. Really? Dino the 8th? Hey, listen, I feel like that may have been my name in high school. Just
Constantine. That's a fucking way more badass name for that era.
Listen, if you said Dino the 8th, you weren't getting anything. Constantine the 8th, those doors open.
That's a king right there. Like Constantine the 8th. Oh, he murdered like for fun. Like he was a dictator, he's a tyrant. Like he was dripping in gold. Like
yeah, that seems reasonable. I feel like that's the only way that I could do it, right? Like
he drank from the skulls of his enemies.
I think we need more of that in life.
I do too, though. Right?
Like I feel like we're not like it's hard enough just being like I was talking with two other comedians, and I was like, well, if somebody does that, you just punch them in the fucking head. And they're like, you can't do that. I'm like, yeah, you can. Just fucking
bro. We have eliminated like manhood in this society. Oh, yeah. I don't know what happened. Like it's so sad.
Well, that's the Caligula. I would definitely be like Caligula. There's no question about that. But that's the whole thing, right? Like we're in a world where people with money are just like, oh, I'm famous, and you're like, no, you're a douche, right? Like look, Zuckerberg, twat. Like immediately.
Subject, man. I want to go on record right now. It's the first time I'm saying this on camera. We need to boycott that fight that he's having with Elon Musk until we get a fight to the death clause. Then I'll watch that shit.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to boycott it. Nobody watches that shit, so they make no fucking money off that shit because they're already billionaires. And then if somebody dies, if they agree to fight to the death, then we all watch it. And honestly, honestly, they should bet all the marbles. Like Twitter, like Elon should bet Twitter.
Full asset transfer.
Zuck should,
It's whatever they have just gets
it's like
transferred over
all
to the other
in.
one.
Everybody, whoever wins gets Twitter and Facebook and Meta and all the billions and whatever else. Fucking Tesla.
I say we do this. Don't even say about it has to be like fight to the death, but like knuckles and knives. Like they have to be able, like a shank only made from wood, so it's definitely gonna get infected, right? And then Elon's gonna piss on that shit. He's gonna wipe his ass with it, be like,
well, yeah, because he's
shit.
South African, man. They get dirty.
He's from South Africa, mate. And he's gonna fuck you up. Dino, aka Tornado. I'm Tornado Alley. I was fat in school and somebody tried to call me Tugboat. I punched that guy in the throat. It was great. Don't ask the Sharks. Sharknado only sunk because of Tara Reid. I feel it only got to 8 movies because of Tara Reid. Okay? Tara Reid is the hero of maybe C or D cinema. Bro, what happened to Facebook and Amazon if both of them die of a heart attack in the ring? Bro. Hey, Royal Rumble, billionaire style. You gotta be a billion. You gotta have
like WWE style Royal Rumble.
Over the ropes counts. Under the ropes doesn't count. You got to go over. Drop
every 90 seconds. Every single billionaire. Every single all 2,000 or whatever. Supposedly there's 2,000 of them. That's a lot of billions. Holy shit.
Tugboat agreed to do the show, then completely ignored. He may have ate himself to death. Let's be honest. That's a fair. Listen, I was around when Tugboat got called from the audience and had to sit on the Ultimate Warrior as Ultimate Warrior tried to do a push-up. I saw it. It was amazing. Also, God, fat people, man. Shit.
You're like Orson Welles.
This is the weird part. Is the thinner I get, Cole, I'm sure you understand this. The thinner I get, the more disdain I have for fat people. I'm like,
100%. Yeah, now I'm starting to get fat again. I'm like, yeah, they're not bad.
It's all right. It's comfy. You're comfy. It's always warm.
It's hot as fuck all the time. I'm always sweating.
Always hot.
It'll be 60 degrees, and I'm like, it's so hot. Somebody's like, yeah, you drank bacon grease last night. What did you think was going to happen?
Well, it wasn't going to drink itself. That's just come on. That's just it doesn't just about it.
Wait, so you probably weigh less than me now. Like, how much do you weigh? Like, if you're comfortable.
I weighed in today at 285.4.
Bro, I'm 260. So you're coming on me. Like, not like coming on me, but like
listen, I'm going to be taking a bus to Cleveland. That's going to be your responsibility. So good luck with that. It's going to be a debacle. So,
I mean, putting us both on the, you're going to need a bus for both of us to ride in the same car. Like at this point. I couldn't help it.
I'm just gonna bring in a couple grand and you just rent a fucking car because it's definitely gonna go bad. We were joking about on the set of Michael Cera's new movie about how bad of an actress Tara Reid is. The trash can.
Tara Reid is like unrecognizable now.
Bro, have you seen her gut? Like you're like she got her fat sucked out so she could have.
Did she get fat? I didn't even know she got fat. I just know she got like a lot of plastic surgery. It fucked her face up.
Well, her titties are kind of like nipples go like this, the opposite directions.
That's
and shit.
Fine. Not used to that though.
Her abdomen got all like weirded up too, but I don't know. It realistically, it's not like you still wouldn't. Dino is like the ex-smoker who stands 2 feet away from the smoke shack and goes, "You should put that out." No, I just go there.
Do you cough? You're like, you do that fake cough. That.
I hate those people. Those people make me embrace violence. Like those are the people that I want to punch.
You know what I do to those people?
I'm the third thinnest guy on this. Oh, absolutely no. People who cough and as soon as they walk by you and go, you're like, I would just fucking glass.
I blow smoke right at them. Like, yeah,
absolutely no. Fuck
like,
you.
I'm outside, bro. You already took the inside away from me. You can go back inside. Like,
no. So last night I was at a show, and they were kind enough to give me some time. I was able to do 5 minutes. I did 6 because I'm a dickhead. But in the end, it was a weed store, and it's a store that specializes in selling like greenhouse and like stuff to grow. It's called a Growers Worldwide. So it's like the idea is to grow weed, right? Yeah. So they're experts at that kind of shit. Bro, I walked in there and I was like, "Good Jesus Christ, you're like, all right, that's gonna be a night. All right, sure. And I'm like, immediately I was bouncing off the walls. And I was like, man, that's a lot harder to deal with. But at the same time, I'm like, can I smoke in here? They're like, no, you can only smoke weed in here. I'm like, that's worse.
That's
Why
dumb.
are you guys? I don't understand that rule.
That's dumb because and I hate that shit too because it's like
It makes no sense.
weed smoke is just as dry and like I don't know.
It's worse than cigarette smoke. It's worse. The difference is you can chain smoke cigarettes, but you probably won't chain smoke joints. Let's be honest. If you will,
You shouldn't. Well,
Okay.
Joey does. Joey,
Joey's the third smallest guy on here. That's true. Joey, you're the one who gets the sundress. Me and Cole just wear moo-moos. Wait, when are we going to be in Cleveland? I'm hoping to plan it soon, right? So next week is my anniversary with my wife, so that takes precedence. Because no, I'm not putting my dick in any one of you fucking weirdos. So that's my wife comes first.
I wasn't gonna expect you to. You're married, bro.
50-50.
That's why I don't get married. Like that's why because I would be the best husband ever, and I don't want to be. Okay,
It's not that bad. Cole,
it's gonna have to take a bad bitch to get me to act right. Okay.
Hey, let's go on the record here. It's not gonna be a bad bitch. It's gonna be a fucking
fat
trash. It's gonna be a trash bag.
It's gonna be a really fat girl. That's what it is. I'm gonna fall in love with a fat girl. A really fat girl. That's who it is. Because she's gonna be like, "You want to go to Whataburger?" I'm like, "We don't live in Texas. We can go fly out there right now." I'm so in love with you.
I'm telling you right now, Cole's gonna hook up with Lizzo, and that's it. And then it's done. It's okay. Cole, did you see the guy at the comedy show outside that kept wanting me to blow cigar smoke into his trach hole? Oh, what the fuck?
I don't want a trach hole. Get the fuck out of here.
If somebody did, if you have a trach hole, just go into a cave, become Dracula. I don't know. Just don't bring it out in public. That's disgusting.
My voice is too effeminate to confuse me with having a trach hole.
Jen had a Mexican DoorDash driver hand her alcohol and tell her to not drink alcohol in Spanish. That's like me delivering condoms telling Christians to not have sex unless it's for Jesus. That seems reasonable. You gotta have sex for virginity. That's the key. Look at the non-experts talking about the weed. Oh, poor Joey. Eat shit, you bastard. 8th of August, I'm gonna be in the Virgin Islands with the kids. Like Epstein kids or your own kids?
They let you around kids?
Yeah. I wouldn't trust you around kids.
You smoke way too much drugs, and you definitely have PTSD from being in the military. You shouldn't be around kids.
Maybe Joey's on the list, on Epstein's list. That's why they took the Epstein list down with Ocean Gate. That's why. Cole, you are never going to get right with people like me gassing you up. I need you to be single forever, so I have a wingman. Okay, hilarious.
Wingman? Dude, I'm a great wingman.
Coke wants a dumpster fire, which is accurate, but then Michael Bryan just wanted to say Cole, which I'm like, yeah, Cole.
I get Coke a lot. I get that on the internet a lot. Coke. Hey, Coke. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
What's up? Yeah, that's how you know you're still.
It's an accurate name.
Yeah, that's fair. I when I was at the show yesterday, joke that I've been running recently. I just said it in conversation, and I tried to make it a joke, and I'm like, well, listen, I stopped doing cocaine before the pandemic, just because I was like, I'm done with it, and I was like, it's cocaine, it's fucking awesome, people who don't realize that, you're like, yeah, it's because you're a loser. And then I quit smoking, which I'm like, also because smoking is like cocaine, it's fantastic, it's so much fun. But I have had children for 17 years now, bro. Listen, the fact that they've stayed around is surprising. Coke Clayton was his nickname in high school. Listen, that's a cool high school and a cool person to hang out with. I just hang out with Coke Clayton. Be like, fuck that guy, man. Damn. Yeah, that guy knocking up everybody, just fucking walking around, just like boom.
Let's be honest. Coke Clayton is 25. He's dating a 16-year-old. Let's be honest. Like he doesn't go to that high
He's
school.
got a Trans Am. He's got a Trans Am. T-tops always off.
He's like, all right.
100%. 100%. That is factual. That is exactly.
Wait. Why does that dude have a beard? He's hanging out with sophomores.
But it's like a neck beard, so it's like all just down here. It's just, when you guys talked about Constantine, I emailed Constantine Maroulis and people to try and get him on the show.
Where's Atlas? This thing's going off the rails quick. He's supposed to keep a good line.
He's like, I'll be there for 9. He's still not here, the rat bastard. Jen has never seen me coke or do drugs, but if she thinks I'm weird now, listen, bro, as soon as that happens, that was the best part about being as fat as I was, is people were like, you do cocaine? I'm like, yeah, no, it just keeps my heart going at this size. Like, it's just not, it doesn't make it go fast. Not at all. Just, makes it a lot easier. Here, let's go through some of these ridiculous memes that you posted, you fucking degenerate.
I still don't think they're that ridiculous.
Hold on. Let me take off the comment for a second.
For the record, I made these memes. The 2 picture memes, I made those. Those are mine. Those are
right.
Clayton originals.
So them, it's made like shit and steered with a GameCube control. I'll never get in that thing. Stockton Russian 4 random millionaires. That's why no one will remember you. I personally love that. I thought it was great.
It's a great movie.
This one, do it. Show your compassion. No.
That one was made in reference to like me getting all kinds of hate on like YouTube and TikTok, Instagram, everywhere. Which not a lot of hate, mind you, because there's a lot of people who are on my side, but I did get a little hate. So I was like, I'm gonna make this. Fuck it. Fuck them.
Listen, it's the way I see it is the people who hate on stuff like this are the same like old people who get religion. You're like, they were a piece of shit and they're just trying to squeak their way in at the end. But you're like, get fucked, okay?
Or let's hide let's expose the real reason, which is they're billionaires.
Exactly. Yeah, they can get fucked. For $2,500, I can take you to explore the bottom of the Ohio River to see a 1989 Buick Century. Departure is June 30th book now. Like, how about $60? It's not. It's fucking. All the people saying we're going to hell for all the memes. At least we didn't pay $250.
I forgot about that one.
Hey, the fact that you posted this, I was like, God damn it, the motherfucker's doing his research. I love him. The submersible became widely discussed on social media as the story developed and inspired internet memes, many of which ridiculed the submersible's deficient construction, OceanGate's poor safety record, and the victims. The memes were criticized as insensitive, with David Pogue commenting that they were inappropriate and a little bit sick. He retweeted that just statement. He's like, I'm just going to cut that tweet. That's fine. It's fantastic. If y'all are wondering how the implosion of Titan looked, it's similar to what I did to your baby mama's service line. Jesus Christ. That's a fucking boom. YouTube star Mr. B said Sunday that he had been invited to join a submersible trip to the Titanic wreckage, but declined. I was invited earlier this month to ride the Titanic. Well, lucky for us, Mr. B has stuck around. I said no, kind of scary that I could have been on it. Oh, Mr. Beast, you're popular enough. Nobody needs to know. You could have been rid of you. Is the money refundable? Absolutely
the
not.
guy who owns the company and the people who have the money are all dead. So,
well, listen,
where is it going to transact to?
Have you seen the one billionaire step kid is like, hey, I'm single. What's up,
bro? I posted a meme about that too. You've seen what is it? Phantom Menace?
Yeah.
You remember when Sebulba, the main bad guy of the pod race, came up and broke Anakin's he broke it. I was like, this guy came up and broke whatever in the submersible. Because he saw an opportunity to become a billionaire.
I love this. Who had lost submarine full of billionaires for the June meme? Love it. It also got worse with we should wait a bit before posting Titanic submarine. It's fucking savage. Inflation is so high that it costs $250,000 just to kill yourself now. Thanks, Joe Biden. Fucking hell. I don't know what this says, but I thought it was in Nova Initium. Do you
It's
think the Orcas fucking killed him?
it's me saying that all middle class people's like mascot is the orca now because they're fucking up boats and yachts.
I'm with
and
it. I'm happy. See, because I'm like now emotionally rich. I'm not rich, so I'm like this is perfect for me.
I think you're upper
Cool.
middle class, which still counts. It still counts as
Nah.
middle class.
Yeah, but I know how to work. Like I know like lefty loosey and righty tighty, so I'm good.
I like
Clayton,
that. Cole Clayton, the cervix destroyer. I'm gonna keep that.
you should get that on a shirt. Ruining more canals than the Great Nile flood. Jesus Christ.
When the
Let's
river's
continue.
running red.
I feel like this was directly for me. Had to update my Lego Titanic display. Great.
I should have tagged you in that.
You definitely should have tagged me in that. Do y'all think anybody got it on in Ocean Gate before it exploded? I really want there to be a mile low club.
I really do. I really want there to be a mile low club. That's really cool.
I feel like that's like you got like for the longest time women weren't allowed on submersibles specifically because that would just become a gangbang.
Right.
Speaking of gangbangs, is you go when you realize you're no longer the last one to fuck 5 guys. You're like, there you go.
Timing.
Okay. It worked out so perfectly. Since Oceangate was run on a GameCube controller, have they tried deleting the memory card info so they can restart at the beginning?
Bro, that one didn't get a lot of action. I was surprised. I was like, this one's my best one, I feel like.
If there were Matt Rife tickets at the sub, it would have been found by now. Listen, women have a way of doing that kind of stuff. Let me see. No, not that one. Oh, hold on. There's another one that I had, but who would have been an all gay? Okay, well, what do a couple billionaires and Cole Clayton's Twitter have in common?
Let Cole answer? Oh.
Yeah.
Everybody hates us?
Instead, he said it would have been an all gay club.
Go fuck yourself.
Like, it's funny though.
I'm banging all your exes just for that, and I'm sending you the nudes.
It's fucking horrible. Hold on, let me load. This is the one that I sent out to people because I was like, this is hilarious. And then I got completely fucking atomized by everybody. That's fine. Give me 1 second. Let me load this fucking thing up. There. Okay, so you sent this shit out about the GameCube controller, which I was like, that's fucking jokes. I had earlier sent this out, which was the sub captain passing out 4 of these when the king.
I've seen that.
I was like, that seems more appropriate. Like, I just my whole thing was like, what kind of a mental case where, like, that guy is on the record going, you're remembered for the rules you break, not the rules you keep. And I'm like, well, friend, have I got a story for you? You fucking idiot. It's great. Listen, the best part is that it's like, hey, you know what you should do is tell your money to save you. Oh, it can't? Yeah, fuck you, losers. Hire an engineer that actually knows what they're fucking doing. James Cameron was like, oh, they have a horrible track record. And apparently James Cameron is now a submersible expert because he's been down the Titanic so million fucking times. And you're like,
really?
right.
How do you get down there? How do you get down there without blowing up?
I'm assuming he used Avatar technology. He just replaced. He put his consciousness inside of some sort of fucking tall blue.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
With a tail wiener, and it was like, "Come on, Titanic, touch my tail wiener."
Both movies.
Exactly. Dino, what's the nearest time you can go to Buffalo and have a powwow? I believe that's racist, but
what is a powwow? That sounds gay.
Definitely gay. Gay because it's in a tent. Probably early July is what I'm hoping for. Because I was thinking of coming midweek.
Wait, so are you like vaccinated now, or they just lift those?
No, they lifted the rules. Zaragoza, what's happening? On perfect timing.
Or the return of COVID.
You assholes! I was at the bottom of the ocean for 3 days, and nobody came and got me.
Not a fuck you or where do you need?
Twice.
I called twice. Not a fuck you or anything. And
Atlas,
then
why do you look like you've been running?
yeah.
I'm
Did you
wet,
actually?
you idiot.
Why are you wet? That's
I just came from the ocean.
I knew California gave you manginas. I knew it.
guy. The first. Okay, just so you know, I told you he was in the shower. The first comments from Joey. Hold on, let me get them back. Was I heard Atlas is finishing up a quick 5 mile jog and then a quick steam shower, and he'll be ready to rock.
Is he
So-
right?
so we're
Sounds
throwing-
right.
So we're throwing the bit out the window, right? It's
Yeah, it's fine.
okay. All right. Yeah. I was on a comedy show that was supposed to start at 3, and they're like, "We'll get started in 5 minutes," and then like 3:45, they started, and then it took
Guy,
me down.
I had that.
Were you in Cleveland? It sounds like a Cleveland show.
Guy, was it a weed show? Because that's what I had. I went to a weed show, and it was like starting at 9 last night, and I was like, "Good." I get there at 8:45, which I'm like, "Perfect. That's great." And as soon as I walk in, they're like, "We're gonna start any second now." I'm like, "Great." And then I realized that it was a weed shop, and everyone was high off their tits, and I'm like, "Oh, we're not starting for a while." And 9:45 rolled around, and I was like, "Fuck." My wife's like, "Hey, are you gonna come home soon?" And I'm like, "Haven't even started yet, honey." So
Yeah, that's what Katie was like too. She's like, "When are you coming back?" I'm like, "I should have been home by now." But
Bro, if the show only started by 10, I leave. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like,
I mean, this
you told me
No, but
9.
then,
I
get fucked.
assume I'm supposed to do 15 minutes at most.
Yeah.
Because I don't do more than 15 minutes. Let's be honest. People get tired of me pretty quickly. I'm supposed to be like third in the lineup. If it's 10, you're gonna be like, "Where's Cole?"
yeah.
I found something else to do.
I got a house to like live in because I pay rent there.
Like, if in all honesty, if you're like, "Hey, let's wait for a couple more people to like some straggler stuff," sure, no problem, it's fair. But like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, get fucked. I'm not.
They don't wait for stragglers. They should have showed up.
Yeah. See, this is the one thing that I do respect with Joey is he is still prompt. He makes fun of me because of you fucks always make me late. But realistically, no, it's be on time. If you're not early, get fucked. That's
like
that is the first change I want for
that is like I went to Joey's show last month and it was on time, which I gotta be honest with you, Joey, I had no faith in. I was like, this dude is the biggest stoner I know in the Cleveland area.
Yeah.
We aren't starting for I showed up at 9 o'clock and he was like, let's go do our thing. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. Hey man. So what does non-binary two-spirit? Who the fuck knows? Let's be honest.
I missed about 3/4 of the episode. What did I miss? What was the?
What didn't you miss? Let's
We
be
were
honest.
just making fun of me mostly.
We started off with one of these, and then we also have the Cole special, which are these two.
Wait, that one I saw. The thing about the Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
Y'all didn't even like. I don't think y'all must have not have seen my TikTok because my TikTok
I was watching yours.
and my YouTube have like between the two, I have almost 1 million views this week. Like it's like it's fucking. I ripped that Ocean Gate shit even harder in fucking videos and TikToks and shit.
I was just doing tweets because I couldn't really think of something to do like on video that would be anything besides just saying the tweet.
Bro, this was comedy gold this week. I don't know why you're having trouble.
It's not that I was having trouble. It's that I was having trouble changing it from writing to video.
You gotta summon your inner hatred, Atlas. You gotta be like, you know, where you're like, everybody should have like a fair opportunity. Fuck that.
I'll be honest, Atlas, what we need you to recite specifically is
calm down, diddly 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 diddly. They did their best, shoddily diddly diddly diddly. Gotta be nice, hostility diddly diddly diddly. Ah, hell, diddly ding dong pa! Can't you morons do anything right?
we just assume that that's you when you're angry.
I can't.
You already have the mustache. If you just shave the beard, you would look just like him.
Oh, dude, I dressed up as Teddy Roosevelt for Halloween one time.
I have that picture.
The greatest president of all time, by the way. Anyway,
also
continue.
true.
He's up there.
So it goes two-spirit, huh? It falls under non-binary depending on who you ask. Yeah, but what the hell does that even mean? It's just that's crazy. Come on. Chase money, not a view counts, bro. I taught you this in Hustlers University.
I don't have any. I'm not monetized on YouTube yet.
Is
Yeah,
Joey
neither
like
me.
Andrew Tate's brother or something? Or
That seems accurate. Let's be honest. And Hustlers University, run by Joey and Cole, I feel like would clean up in Ohio. That's like Ohio would be like boom.
That's what me and Joey should do. We've been wondering what we should do as a business idea. We thought, oh,
Good
let's
idea.
do a Cleveland tour guide. And I'm like, we're both sitting there like, nobody wants to see Cleveland. Get the fuck out of here. Let's start a strip club, Joey.
I mean, you like I
All
know
fat
Cleveland
chicks.
gets ripped
All
on a
fat
lot, but
chicks.
when I was there, it's a nice city. Like,
Isn't it? I fucking love it here. Everybody's like, fucking Cleveland. I'm like, it's fucking Cleveland.
Ohio is such a meme already that it's so hard to like look at it objectively. Like, all the jokes about like,
dude, every day.
Like almost all the astronauts on Earth were born in Ohio. They went to space to get away from Ohio. All that shit. It's like yeah.
I like this, Cole. Streamers University.
Streamers University. There you go.
Oh my God,
Well, listen,
yeah.
that's the Hopefully, I'll be coming down soon. And
I'm gonna tell you like this,
Yeah.
Cleveland is the most American city. It is the most just regular.
Okay, but
American
are we talking about
city.
like new America? Because that's getting weird.
Like
or old
just,
America, because old America,
like basic America, like not like you get the Wild West in Texas. You get you get a little bit of everything everywhere else. You get New York. That's New York. That's America's city. But Cleveland is where you go and you meet just regular Americans. You get what I'm saying? It's the most.
I think it's the most
quintessentially
like it captures the Midwest the best. I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Without being the Midwest, right?
Like incomprehensibly cheap in Ohio.
Atlas
It's
like
kind of tempting. I could see myself doing that. I like the cold, but that's not going to happen as long as my and Katie's parents continue to be alive. Like we're not living.
That's the other thing that I was thinking about. I wanted to tweet about that too, but I didn't. I don't know. I got busy or something. But $250K for a seat to die to get blown up in the ocean. It's crazy because like that's a decent house with a good yard and it's not a fixer upper. You get I don't know, like the fucking thermostat talks to you and shit type of house in Cleveland.
And for them, it was probably something along the lines of, "Oh, I feel like Chipotle today." Like that's what it probably was to them, you know.
It's a little pricey. Like how we $17 Chipotle.
I've been good. I'll get myself a treat. Yeah, like the way probably to them, the only person I have sympathy for on that was the kid, the 19-year-old, because he didn't want to go, and his parents were like, "What, you pussy? You're not going to come on a little submarine ride?"
I would say no, because there's another guy who wanted to take his son, and his son was like, "Hey, Dad, did my research. These guys are not trustworthy. They've had mad problems. We shouldn't go." And his dad was like, "Okay." And I'm like, "See, that son, definitely save him." The one who's like, "Yeah, 250 grand, let's go." I'm glad he.
But that guy didn't want to go. The 19-year-old.
I have a follow-up point to Dino's point.
Okay,
hit me.
19-year-old men are the worst people on earth. They are. They're murderous. They're rapey.
I'm gonna go with 12-year-old.
We should kill all 19-year-old men. Yeah, 12-year-olds, but everybody could just, like a 12-year-old. You could just be like, "Shut the fuck up." Like
that's also true.
When the 19-year-old could kill, most 19-year-olds could kill all three of us. Most 19-year-old dudes could kill at least one of us. Okay, like they would beat the shit out of us, and we'd be like, "Please stop, man."
I'm glad I met you two when I was like a decade into comedy-ish. Because if you had met me when I was first starting, because I was 17 when I first started.
Well, and you also still look like you're 17 without the beard, right?
Yeah. Does it? Look at that hairline.
Oh no, like wicked ass baby face. It's Okay. Anyway, so like the show I was on, the guy who went before me, he was 17, and I was like, that guy is like direct to DVD version of me a decade ago. Like,
okay, let's start off here. Atlas, you can move to some random county. I would pay to watch Atlas's version of Ozark, where he's like, "Yeah, I'm the drug kingpin of whatever fucking
Bro,
any county, anywhere, any."
I would just be super polite the whole time. Where I'm like, well, I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to
is
pay,
that
And then-
not Jason Bateman though?
Yeah, it's exactly it.
as a
okay?
person, yes, yeah. He's a
Also,
nice-
okay, so the reason why I have two is this is my actual wedding band. No longer fits on. So this ring, it just
Bro, what do you do? Like, do
Just
you get it
falls off.
resized? Like, you get it cut or whatever? Like,
no. Well, it still fits on my pointer,
you
and
just
then
wear
I
it
got
around
this
your,
one.
like, eventually though, like, you're gonna have to like wear it around. Like, I don't know. Like,
I
I'd be
still
personally
got-
be kind of like, I don't know. It would feel symbolic. I wouldn't want to like alter it in any way, but at the same time,
No.
like,
So the funny thing is that I have my dad's wedding band, which is size 16, and now like
I don't even know what that means though.
Same.
Like,
So this is 14 and a half, and that one's
Okay.
even bigger.
I know your dick is like 8 inches. I know it. Like
It's not-
wide.
I'll tell you that.
Like, like
it's
a
great.
Coke can.
It's,
Twisted Tea right
it's
here. Like
this,
a
but
tall
upside down.
boy.
No, it's
This is some site. Katie went to San Luis Obispo on a girls' trip with her mom, and then she brought me back cider. It's pretty good.
What the fuck,
You're
Atlas?
you're the lamest Californian that we've ever.
I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask her to get me anything. She was like, "Oh, I'll bring him home a gift to be nice." So
The fact that you
yeah.
don't smoke weed really undersells when I tell people that you're the most California person I know.
I
Well-
smoke weed socially, but I don't do it like just on my own.
That's so
Yeah.
dumb. That's so
on the
dumb.
point of figure. Yeah, so that's so this is I got this one new, and this one is slowly actually a little bit too big.
Hey. You know what?
yeah.
Dino, I'm gonna whoop your ass in this weight loss game. I just went through a breakup yesterday.
Oh,
So-
buddy.
Which means
Okay.
I am gonna get skinny again.
Wait,
Haha,
that's
bitch.
what happens after a breakup. After a breakup, I always get fat because like
I get really sad and
devastated.
depressed and don't want to eat because I'm like,
Oh,
nobody
okay.
loves me.
I'll trade you. Like I'm just like if I ever get broken up with, I'm like Taco Bell, my only friend.
I mean, I eat the same.
Definitely not Del Taco. So,
What?
I mean, I eat less, but I eat the same. If that makes any
Your
sense.
be-
I still
your
go to
best-
Taco Bell.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, come on.
I'm just like, I'll just get 2 tacos.
7 tacos later, you're like, just 2 more. It's fine.
You keep going around the back like you're done. You know what? I need more. Go around.
I was gonna say
Taco
Atlas,
Bell, man, you used to get $20 worth of Taco Bell, and it would be
Oh.
like the week's worth of food. But you go to
Mhm.
spend $20 at Taco Bell now, they're like, here's a crumb. Like, fuck Taco Bell.
Yeah.
no, I was gonna
Fuck
say
all of them.
Atlas, you definitely like Taco Bell, but you don't like Del Taco for
I shit my pants. I have shit in my pants right now.
for reasons. It's
Yeah,
only
for
fair,
reasons.
So I've
Uh,
never had Del Taco. There's never been one like around me.
Okay.
Hey, does Cleveland have Mighty Taco? Because Mighty Taco in Buffalo
We
is
don't have
fucking
Mexican food.
killer.
Like we got Mexican
For
food
real?
places, but with not like any. Now, granted,
Right.
I will say me and Alice are probably like bougie when it comes to Mexican, but like
Probably, yeah.
there's not really any good Mexican in Cleveland.
Oh,
There's
damn.
this taco stand that pops up like it's on the same curb as a 7-Eleven about a mile from my mom's house.
All right.
And like I've been going there since like high school because I would get insomnia and then be like, all right, I want food, so I'd
That's fair.
go looking around for it, and it's really good. But I'm saying like I don't know if I could move to Ohio if there's no Mexican food there.
Yeah, that's a
I
tough one,
fucking
man.
love Mexican food.
Yeah, like there's a little Mexico on the west side. I'm sure Joey probably knows more about it. I don't go to the west side like that.
Mhm.
I need to venture out there at some point, but I've heard good things. But I'm
Okay.
not getting my hopes up. I'm from Texas. You know what I mean? Like I lived 8
Yeah,
hours
yeah.
from Mexico. You know, so
It's
No, guys.
I think it's the sort of thing where, like, whenever a New Yorker rips on LA, they're like, "Your pizza sucks," and I'm like, "How's your Mexican food?" And they go,
right. Exactly. And I gotta be honest with you. I've been to New York, and I would put Cleveland pizza up against them at any time.
"Oh,
Like I would
Uh,
say, it's just as good. It's not. I wouldn't say it's better, but it's just as good.
shit in my pants."
Zara
AKA
goes, "Shit in my pants." That's fantastic.
Zara
Also-
never stop being you.
No,
Mexican food is
Mexican food is
always
always
available
available to me because I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, that's I was just in Mexico in February, and
Oh.
I was in Leon, and that was like, bro, the tacos. Like, just I was eating 2 tacos for breakfast, 2 tacos for lunch, and 2 tacos for dinner, and I
Delicious.
felt like a fucking king. It was so
Okay.
good and just dirt cheap, but
Tacos, burritos, or tostadas.
Tacos. I don't really like
Tostada-
burritos. I don't really like burritos.
tostadas. are like the bougie white person version of Mexican food. They can just go fuck themselves.
I'm not big
okay?
on. Yeah, I'm not big on those.
Why am I going to
Why
eat?
is
Like,
it?
it's
wait,
like,
wait,
It's
wait,
like
wait, wait,
it's
wait,
falling off and shit.
guys,
Like
quit
horrible.
talking over each other. Cold first. Which one?
tacos
Same
because
point.
tostadas fall over. And I don't really like
Yeah.
burritos. Burritos is all mostly rice, and
It's
it's
a
like,
little emasculating too. Because you're like, come on.
well, I guess I don't know, but like I don't want a giant wrap thing full of rice, and then you tell them no rice, and they just give you like this weak ass like I don't. It looks like this at that
It's a
point.
limp,
You know,
it's a
what I mean?
limp wiener. It's a limp wiener. Nobody needs that.
A
I
chimichanga,
love
on the
travel.
other hand, now we're talking, but
Listen,
it's gotta have Mexican food's gotta have a crunch too. Now, with that
Not
said,
I want to go to Oaxaca.
I like soft tacos.
I get a quesadilla everywhere I go, Mexican wise. That shit is good. A quesadilla, man.
I learned when I was in Mexico that a quesadilla is just a taco with cheese. That's what they're good. That's what
It's
you're
the
gonna
grilled cheese. It's a
get. And I'm
fucking
like,
grilled
no,
cheese.
it's
You
a
put beef
fucking
in it.
great thing.
Well, yeah,
I
queso
would
means
like to
cheese,
go
yeah.
other places in Mexico because I thought it was
Oaxaca.
wonderful.
Oaxaca. My family went to Mexico when I was a kid, and we went to Oaxaca.
Yeah.
As the
Oh, yeah?
vacation. It was really good and awesome.
I just, you know what though? But I'm Greek, right? So I like just good food, like good, wholesome food. The problem is every Greek portion is made for a army. You're like, this serves 9 people. You're like, I ordered it just for me because I'm so fat. But
Like Ron
speaking of-
Swanson fucking vibe, man.
yeah,
I'll have all the bacon and eggs.
Speaking of Greek, my Big Fat Greek Wedding 3 is coming out in a few
Oh
months.
no!
How do you feel about
The
that?
first one was good. The
I have
second
not seen
one
the second.
wasn't necessary.
no, the first one was epic. And guy, even my dad, I'll tell you this much. We took my dad like kicking and screaming. He didn't kick and scream. He was like, I don't. This is. They make fun of the Greeks. The Greeks are the best. Okay, the best, and they make fun.
Probably just
The
kicking.
bastards. No, just punching. But we took him, and he was like this watching it until when the guy goes, Christos Anesti, and he goes, in Greek, he says, when my people were writing philosophy, your people were still climbing for cheese. And my dad was like, it's true, white people are the worst. And I was just like, there you go. That's how that works.
So
Wait, that's how he said it. White people are the worst.
Pretty much.
But,
He was like, the whites, they don't know. It's true. They were still climbing, you know? And then he accused, so my sister married a white guy. And they came to visit the shop. My dad's like, have you seen the Greek wedding? And they're like, no. He's like, you should see it. I am in it. You are in it too. You're the Toast family. And I'm like, oh, that's not going well. That's great. But accurate because they are the Toast family. Because
the only reason I know is I went to go see Asteroid City, the new Wes Anderson movie, yesterday with my mom.
Oh, right.
And it's fine. It's like any other Wes Anderson movie. There's like a shitty framing device that doesn't need to be there, and you could just have the movie otherwise. But there is naked Scarlett Johansson for about half a second, but it's something. And then there's No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence, which my friend has seen. I want to see it, but also naked Jennifer Lawrence. It's a good year for nude
Jennifer
people.
Lawrence was in the.
I've already seen her naked. Get the fuck out.
I have a GIF of her walking up to somebody with her tits out, shaking them like this, and I'm like, yeah, it's great. Come on, because
I've seen her with like cum on her face and shit. So like, get the fuck out.
I may have that one. But that's like realistically Scarlett Johansson. You're like, come on, that's top tier. That's top tier for like.
Oh yeah, and it's tastefully done because Wes.
Yeah, because you remember when her nudes leaked? I think I was like 16 at the time.
Oh,
I'm like, you don't even see anything for real.
What
Like,
was it called again? It was the
Fappening.
Fappening.
Yeah,
it is.
Man,
has
I was 20 when that happened.
I remember that.
Top tier.
And I loved when everyone's like, "Oh my god!" You're like, you know how you solve that? Don't take pictures of yourself and send them to people like a prostitute.
Yeah, like people were like trying to make me feel bad. They were like, "You know that was stolen, all right?" It was like,
ooh,
don't take naked pictures of yourself. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
and also like,
listen.
I don't think being naked is isn't really shameful. Like in lots of places in Europe, violence is the thing that's like kind of. That's the censored stuff, not the new.
We shouldn't censor violence either. It's important. It's a good part of manhood.
Sure.
The one great thing about France is specifically that every time they want to protest something, a bunch of girls get their tits out, and you're like, "Hey, they're friends." It's great.
France is good for a lot of things, like the fact that they don't take shit from their government. They
Yeah.
have never
Which
done that. They
is
they took
disappointing.
such little shit from their government that when the Nazis showed up, they were like, somebody's got to do it better than them, surely. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it was more like we're tired from last time. We can't
right.
we
Oh,
can't
come on.
fucking
They
do
didn't try either time. But listen, they are still
What
leading
do
the
you mean they
charge.
didn't
We
try
probably-
either time? They held the Germans at Verdun for like 4 years through.
No, they didn't.
No, they
Yes, they
didn't.
did.
Get the fuck out of
That's
here.
how they
What
wrote
kind
it.
of shit are they teaching you in California
What do you
textbooks?
mean that's how
exactly.
they wrote it? What
Look,
the
I'll
fuck
tell
are
you everything
talking
you need to
about?
know about
Listen.
what happened in World War II in France, okay? You can buy French guns that have never been shot and only dropped once.
Verdun was World War One, not World War Two.
Listen, all I'm saying is that there's a reason it's called French kissing, and there's a reason why people would traffic in chocolate. That was those French ladies just gave it up, man. It's not my fault. And
Yeah, like what's her
that's
name?
how history
Coco
happens.
Chanel. She was
Yeah,
banging
well,
Nazis.
she was the worst, bro. And people were like, "Oh, she was the worst."
She was
Okay?
she was like a Nazi sympathizer, and everybody's like, "Oh, let's buy her belts or her perfume or whatever."
Hey, she
Her,
wasn't a
bro.
sympathizer. She was not a sympathizer. She was an embracer. She was
Bro,
like, all the Nazis.
You know, she was swallowing Nazi cum every day.
Oh, more holes than one.
And
Violence.
there
The thing that
is
rarely gets
the-
censored in Latin America.
Dino, I need you to, or Joey, if you're doing this, I need you to make an edit of Cole saying swallowing Nazi cum. Just-
For research purposes, that's fair.
Research purposes.
or I'll do it when I'm editing the episode.
That
one of those
seems
two.
reasonable.
That's the name of the. That's the title of the.
No.
Listen,
That's how our channel gets. That's how our channel gets deleted. By
Pretty
Or
much.
it gets a lot of
Listen.
views.
a couple weeks ago we had Nina Dicker on, and I was like,
Love her.
damn, like, she was great. No, she was fantastic. But the same thing was that we were at risk of getting that episode taken down because of Dicker. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Her name is. Yeah, I was gonna say her name is Nina.
Her last name's
Yeah.
Dicker. It's just very unfortunate.
it's her last name, which you're going,
Yeah.
well, that's just how the
What are you
Yeah,
gonna
how
do?
do
wiener
you-
crumbles.
How do you post that? Like,
She usually has to do like the asterisk for the I or something like that. Where
that's
you gotta,
so
like,
dumb,
yeah,
man.
it's-
Like, fuck
I
this.
feel bad for her.
I hate this new censorship. This
it's
whole
ridiculous.
era, ever since COVID, it's been 1984, or like the book, not the year, obviously. But like, oh, it's a thought crime. I had to fight
Oh.
TikTok today. I fought TikTok because of that fucking Wagner Russia shit. When I was just making fun of that war, the civil war is going on over there, and they're like, "You can't post that." I was like, I didn't say anything. I didn't say that I was sympathizing with either side because they're both bullshit."
Yeah,
So,
good.
and I won. I fucking won.
Good.
Listen, that's the problem, is that it's the same thing when people are like, hey, there are kids around, don't swear. I'm swearing at your kid because fuck that little bastard. I don't give a shit.
I can't swear because of my job, because now
That's
I'm
so
teaching
dumb.
kids.
That's so dumb.
Right?
That doesn't make sense though, because if anyone should swear at kids, it's
It's
their teacher.
teachers. It's
No,
teachers. They're teaching.
This is how it works. Kids learn to swear from their friends or their parents or their older siblings.
Or,
One of those
the
three.
internet.
Yeah,
Well, the
or
internet now,
or
especially.
the internet now. But the way it worked was that, and then there's about a 5 to 8 year period where
Yeah.
the kids don't swear in front of the adults because they'll get in trouble, and the adults don't swear in front of the kids because they don't want to corrupt them. But
Yeah.
the kid, like, it's just kind of an unspoken rule. Like the reason that the kids swear on South Park is that's how you really talk when you're around your friends when you're that age. And
Oh,
then
correct.
and then there's people like my brother who if swearing is a spice, he like forgot to put the cap on properly and it like dumped all over the food.
That's like me. I
Yeah.
have the mouth of a sailor. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
cock, shit, fuck, balls. I don't care.
Yeah.
There was
I mean-
no chance of me not cussing in front of my kid.
Mhm.
So I had to teach him all the curse words
That's fair.
so that he knew which ones not to, like what words not to say.
Oh,
not to
that's
repeat.
I
That's it.
feel,
interesting.
I was
I
like,
feel that's
then you're
more
not
cunt,
appropriate.
bitch, pussy, all of
Yeah.
them. Like you can't say any of these words.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, like I got graphic. There was certain words that like you can't even say on TV. I was like, these are words you can't say ever. To be
Yeah.
honest with you, y'all know what words I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
that's,
these are hateful words. You can't even say them. You know what I mean? So,
No, it's true. But
that's
that's the
a
thing
great
is,
way to do it.
that's an educated, you're like, now your kid knows, you be like, listen, if you say these, there will be consequences. It's that
Right.
simple.
exactly.
And that maybe I may be the consequences, your mom may be the consequences, or it could be a stranger punches you in the face, and those are the consequences.
Yeah.
That was the big talk with like racism talk. I had that talk with him a few weeks ago. I was like, if you say this word and you get your ass kicked, it's your fucking fault. Like
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Right?
There is this kind of reminds me of like back to what the
Son of a
effing
bitch.
jeez, dude.
Hey, I'm
My-
non-binary and bi, so yeah.
That was another word we discussed.
The
It's fantastic.
when I asked my dad when I was little, like where babies came from, he didn't be like, "Oh, mommy and daddy make a wish."
There's
Motherfucker
a
had
stork
like
and, yeah.
no, he just like, all right, medical textbook. This is
Oh
how
no!
yeah.
How old were you?
I was 4.
Oh!
5. Yeah.
And
Oh!
that's why Atlas is the way he is.
Atlas,
Right
you're
there.
fucked up for a reason, bro.
Well, no, he did it. He wasn't
100%.
doing it like for any ideological reason. He did it because he's a doctor, and that's just how you answer questions like that. And
Absolutely.
then because my mom wasn't home at the time, and then she came home and found me and was like, "Roger,"
And you're
no.
like, oh, the babies come from there.
Yeah.
Bro, y'all want to hear some shit this weekend? I just dropped my kid off right before I came to do this, right?
Right.
And I had to explain to my ex, who is like, our relationship is bitter, for the lack of a better word. So I had to explain to her why my kid had a black eye. You know, because you always assume it's the father's. Oh, he punched him or whatever.
Yeah.
You always assume that's not what happened. Okay, this kid, he had a Nerf gun, right? Because I'm that type of parent. We shoot each other with Nerf guns, and he started shooting me with it. We haven't played Nerf guns in a long time. He just found it and started loading it and shooting me with it. He shot me in the ribs, and I was like, dude, stop shooting me with that damn thing. That shit hurts, okay? And he's like, okay. And then he just kept pointing at me. I'm like, if you point at me again, I'm gonna shove it up your ass, okay? And then he's like, well, I'm not gonna point at you, but can I point at myself? I'm like, don't point at yourself. He was like, okay. You know what the fuck he did? You know what he did? He shot himself in the fucking eye at point blank range, and then cried. I said, I didn't mean to. My aim's just bad. I'm like, 'cause you're a fucking dumbass.
That seems right. And listen, if anything, he'll never do that again. And he learned on a Nerf gun.
Yeah, I mean,
parenting.
now he
That's
knows
parenting.
that. I don't just say don't do that for no reason, I think, but still.
It's like
A lesson learned.
do
Right?
you guys have like pseudo curse words? I know you don't, Dino, but Cold, no, like for around kids or something, or
No, I just cuss. I told him you can't say this word. I can. Like that's how it is. I told him once you have a job that you're
You do
paid
whatever you
for and you have to pay taxes on that, like an actual like legitimate job that you have to pay taxes on, then you can cuss.
That's a
That's
good
what it
yeah.
is.
That makes sense.
I would definitely go further than that and be like, no. If you swear, the government will come and ask for taxes. Like, that's the whole thing. When you get a job, it's permission. You pay taxes, you get to swear. That's how it works.
That makes
And then
sense.
he'll be like, because you'll have him until he's like 12, and then be like, fuck, man, you lied to me. You're like, yeah, I did, but you didn't swear, so shut the fuck up. Right?
SOL shit out of luck. I some ones that I use like as like an exclamation, like sweet zombie Jesus instead of like holy shit or whatever.
I am trying to get away from swearing in general, just because it's easier to get monetized and everything if you don't swear. Like the show I'm doing on my channel, I'm like, I don't swear or anything because it's daily, and that way it's only like 15-minute block. Afterward, I'm just like, fuck.
I'm getting really close to monetizing on YouTube. And I realized I went through like all of my videos, and like half of them it starts with fuck, shit, ass, bitch.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm like, I gotta get rid of all this.
Bro, I got a warning. Okay, so do you remember when we did Vampire Hunter D and we watched it and we talked the whole time? That was on my channel, and that got I got a strike for it. And they're like, all right, your strike comes off July 18th. I'm like, all right, whatever. Because they're like, oh, it's copyright infringement. I'm like, number one, fuck you. It was on YouTube. Eat my ass.
Wait, and you guys were talking over it and like commentating?
Yeah, I could have fought it, but I'm like, that's fine. It comes off in 90 days, and I'm like, everything else I've produced has been just me. So
because that falls under fair use because you're commentating,
right? No,
but-
here's my thing with copyright infringement. I do shorts and TikToks, obviously.
Me too.
How the fuck? Like, well, the big thing is, well, you do like original content more often than I do, Atlas.
Yeah.
I just do the normal fucking like lip singing bullshit that everybody does, just because like I'm a sellout. But like, how is that not copyright infringement? I've been wondering that the entire fucking time. Before I even started doing that, I was like, how is this not copyright? But you guys can get flagged for copyright infringement. That's so stupid.
I got a strike for doing, like, on TikTok. I had this thing where it's me like doing air violin to a Rush song that has like a violin part, and then like joking about it looking like a seizure. And they're like, "That's a Rush song. You can't do that." So
I do that all the time. I do shit like that all the time.
Booty's good.
I do the broom guitar. Y'all seen that? Where I do the broom guitar?
I got in trouble for that. I didn't get in trouble for the Dua Lipa one, the one where I'm like lip syncing to Levitating, and then where it's like what you think you sound like. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
It's like they're picking and choosing almost. It's like whatever.
Okay, but that's
music
just
groups aren't cool with TikTok.
Yeah,
then it's a copyright infringement.
And that's the whole thing. Isn't cool though at all.
No, but realistically, that's the whole idea, right? Like censorship is subjective to whoever's doing it. And they're like, well, you can't say that. Why can't I say that? You're like, because you don't like it. Well, then you're just being a dick.
That's why I hate censorship. Like, there needs to be, we need to get rid of censorship. That's what, and I'm gonna quote somebody that has like been controversial as of late. But I was watching Joe Rogan the other day, and he was like, "We got to be anti-censorship because even the dumbasses who say stupid shit, like what's his name that we just talked about a second ago, Andrew Tate. Yeah, sure. He's a fucking idiot. We all can agree.
Sure. Obviously,
but we can make fun of him if we allow him to have his platform. Because inevitably people are going to follow him, and there's going to be misinformation. But people like us and people who are responsible with that information can be like, look, this fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Censorship in general is just dumb.
Do you guys know what the paradox of tolerance is?
I don't know what that is.
Okay. So the paradox of tolerance boils down to if you have like an open platform or are like saying like all speech is free speech, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Up to a point, I'm trying to get the like Wikipedia article. The paradox of tolerance states that if a society is tolerant without limit, its ability to be tolerant is eventually seized or destroyed by the intolerant.
Right.
Yeah. So you can't
Which is where we're at right now.
Censorship or no like.
Well, the big problem is with like we live. Me and you, Atlas, we live in America, which we have like our First Amendment right of free speech, so it's a little bit different for a lot of other countries. I don't know what y'all got going on in Canada.
But we also have things like you can't yell fire in a crowded theater if there's no.
Well, yeah, that's just fair. You don't want to incite like fear in anybody like that per se.
Joey, I will drive out to the suburbs of Cleveland and I will punch you in the face. Fucking nerd alert.
But this is the thing, okay? You guys are talking about the idea that the intolerant will come. Yeah, no. Everyone is allowed to say what they want. The specific reason, because that forces people to learn how to critically think, analyze things, and understand. And you eliminate the idea or the power that media has, that propaganda has. Why? Because people can think for themselves. The whole idea behind that paradox is it doesn't make sense, because what you're assuming is that people are so stupid that they can't be able to function in that fashion. Right. That's why it doesn't make any sense, because if you, in actuality, it should be left up to people's individual purpose. If they want to listen, they should be allowed to listen. Right. If they choose not to, you can turn off. Like people who watch stuff just to hate on it, they're called trash. The idea that they are propagated to be able to comment on it and be like, see why they're horrible? You're like, that's garbage, right?
And you're increasing the signal of it.
But it makes no sense. But that's the worst part, is the people who are profiting off that. That's just what modern media has become, is they just profit. Instead of providing information that is key to us knowing and keeping the government in check, it results in, oh, well, look what this person said. Who cares? Right. Joe Rogan talked. Great. Guess what he is? A fucking idiot. Just like the three of us. Doesn't make a difference. First and Second Amendment are what keeps the Republic together. Absolutely. That's
I don't know about
Yeah, that's the big thing. That's why I'm so pro fucking Second Amendment. Is because like if you say some dumb shit, you should be allowed to shoot somebody.
like, but a lot of people say dumb shit, right? So you're going, like, yeah, but like, there's got to be an
don't
age
talk
limit.
about my wife, or I'll shoot you. You know what I mean? Like, it's a perfect balance.
I think that one's more fair. Like, I think we should bring back the gentleman's duel.
That's what Elon and Zuck should be doing, is a duel.
More severe
cool
when
with
we're
that. That's
influenced by or under the U.S. funnily and not. Yeah, exactly. That's for sure. Right. And that's the thing is, they don't really care, right?
If somebody like joked about Elon becoming the Green Goblin because they're like, this is how the Green Goblin happened. I'm like,
that seems fair.
Him trying to
back when in like
first
2018 or whatever.
It would blow him up. Like he's
for sure.
Do the Hollister California shirts sold in California just say Hollister here? No, they just say Hollister California.
And Cole the Prophet, absolutely.
Yeah. That's what it is. I think a lot of people like, you're very left when I'm around Republicans, and then you're like, you're very right when I'm around Democrats, and then I'm like, no, I'm just a libertarian. I just say everybody can do whatever the fuck they want as long as they're not hurting anybody specifically.
That's the problem. I think it was it's in, I think it's 1980 or 1883, or there's a new show, and Harrison Ford's in it, and he says, he goes, when every time with human civilization, as soon as it's got to about 500 people, they are no longer, like, that's when the powerful take advantage of the weak get screwed over, and you're like, yeah, that's why government is important, to protect those that can't protect themselves. But the problem is, hey, you know what should happen is those who can't protect themselves, all right, life happens. That's why it's becoming self-reliant and able to deal with these situations. What makes you a real person, what makes you worthwhile to continue to procreate and all those kind of things. Anyways, I need to get to my new show, you bunch of twats.
I feel it. I was just thinking about that. You have another show at 10, right?
Should we?
We
should go then. All right.
Well, we should do something. But this has been Cole Clayton. Where can everyone find you, Cole?
Sniffing Glue 22 on all platforms.
That's fucking username.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Find me at Atlas Novak, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or my YouTube channel, The Epileptic Comic, or my other podcast, Nexus at Night, which is about a trading card game. If you don't like trading card games, completely understandable.
You know, that's what we thought.
What?
We thought you were doing Vanguard tonight. I didn't know you were doing a comedy show.
No, it was a comedy show that just started late.
Anyways, you can find me at Dino the Genetic Marvel. Also, this is Generation Dan podcast. Most places.
Yeah, at Generation Dan or Generation _ Dan on Instagram.
Yeah. If you're watching this, you know where it is, you son of a bitch. Anyways, you say one thing against someone's ethos and you're instantly either racist, radical right-wing, super MAGA Republican. I kind of like calling people MAGA, though, just to watch them go, the fuck do you say? And you're like...
Well, especially because you're Canadian. That must be funny.
It's very
the fact that we have a whole new election coming up here pretty soon, and people are still talking about Trump. Like, get the fuck over it, dude. Like, the dude's not going to win. It's either going to be Biden or some other Democrat. Like, it's not going to be Trump.
I still laugh at Andrew Schultz, who's like, Biden ain't got no merch. And I'm like, that's fucking accurate. He ain't got no merch, bro.
His merch. Biden's merch is just him falling down on YouTube.
Yeah, his merch is other people profiting off that merch. It's not his merch. You're like, that's not right. Anyways, have a good night, everyone. We're going to be back soon.
Bye.